The fear that drives us between panic, courage, and a life fully lived. Some people are afraid of flying. Personally, I'm not afraid. I want the pilot to be. Sounds strange? That's just how I think. Because fear isn't always about ourselves. Sometimes it's about trusting that someone knows what they're doing. Some people fear snakes. I've felt that shiver too. But it's not a paralyzing panic, just a recognition that something dangerous is nearby. What truly fascinates me is panic. That irrational fear that knocks the ground out from under us, freezing body and mind, stopping us from acting. I've seen people panic even at bookstores, believing they have to read everything, know everything, understand everything, and it suffocates them. For example, I'm not afraid of cockroaches. It may seem silly to many, but for those who panic at the sight of one, it's a real battle. Cockroaches, those tiny creatures, don't bite. There's no medical record of someone bitten by a cockroach, leaving bite marks. Yet many people feel disproportionate fear when faced with them. I even tried to overcome it. I remember at a talk in a hotel, someone brought a frozen cockroach for me to hold. I couldn't even hold it frozen. Here's the point. Sometimes fear defies logic. How can something so small cause such discomfort? I think about divine design, the purpose behind things, and wonder why cockroaches exist among so many magnificent creations. Maybe there's something I don't yet understand. When I was about 30, I visited Miami, a beautiful coastal city with a fresh breeze that sometimes makes air conditioning unnecessary. I was with a friend who, like me, panics at cockroaches. One night, around 2 a.m., I woke up to find a cockroach in the room. You know what that means? For someone with panic, it's a huge challenge. Despite my fear, I got up calmly and called the front desk. I explained there was a cockroach and asked for help. I didn't want to change rooms, just to solve the problem. Minutes later, a petite woman, about 5 feet tall, arrived, armed only with a cloth and courage. She found the cockroach, smashed it on the ceiling, killed it, and carried it away. The next day, no problems at the hotel, and we still enjoyed the vibrant city. For me, this story isn't just about cockroaches. It's about facing fear, not irrational panic, but conscious fear that recognizes danger yet acts to overcome it. Fear and panic aren't the same. If there's one thing most people fear, it's death. I admit, I fear death, but not panic. My fear, ISNT despair. It has a deep concern about what my death might mean for my life. Fear of dying isn't fear of the end itself, but fear of living without purpose. I fear that my life might become small, trivial, meaningless. That's why I prefer to think about life, rather than obsess over death. Some people panic about death, and it freezes them. I choose fear because fear moves me to reflect, to act. Philosophers have said we can't fear death, since while we exist, death doesn't exist for us. And when death comes, we won't be here to feel it. This reminds us death is a strange condition, external to our existence. It doesn't erase fear, but helps us understand it. It's essential to remember we're not eternal. This thought shouldn't paralyze us, but awaken a desire to live fully, to live meaningfully, without wasting the days given to us. Not letting life become empty, vain, self-centered, or bitter. I want to share a story that always moves me. At my office, there's a comic strip featuring Charlie Brown and his dog Snoopy. Charlie Brown embodies good intentions, but inertia and lack of initiative. Traits dangerous in life, family, and society. In the strip, Charlie Brown and Snoopy sit by a river with their legs in the water. Charlie Brown says, "One day, we will die." Snoopy replies, "But every other day, we won't." That's a lesson for life. Charlie Brown is Tragical Mike, reflecting our doubts and insecurities, but also symbolizes fear that paralyzes and the need to move forward anyway. Snoopy's answer reminds us death is certain. Yes, but life happens on the days we realize. That should be a call to action, to value the present, to live each day with intensity and responsibility, leaving no room for future regrets, to build legacies, love, and do our part at home, work, and in our communities. Death need not be a paralyzing fear, but a constant reminder of life's importance. So every breath we take is a day to create, love, and grow. Finally, I want to be clear. Fear exists and can be healthy. When it pushes us to act, panic is different. It's fear that takes control away. Facing our fears, big and small, is a path to self-knowledge and strength. Our mortality is undeniable, but life is the gift we've been given. It shouldn't be wasted on trivialities, irrational fears, or panics that keep us from living. May we learn to recognize our fears without letting them dominate us. Now I invite you. Think about your fears, which are rational, which paralyze you. How can you turn that fear into action and courage? Share your story or fear with me, and let's grow together on this journey. Don't let fear stop you from living fully. Like, share this message, and start today challenging your own limits. After all, every day you're alive, life is meant to be lived.